What's up, world? Back at it, part two. Had to do some work. Like I said, I am at work. So I'm here with y'all, man, on the grind, coming from the bottom, from the ground level. I seen them coming on computer screen, so I had to take a little slight break. But getting right back to what I was saying was, like I said, the magic was coming alive within me. you know, um, just getting that high quality time with my daughter. And like I said, while I thought I was teaching her how to walk and uh, feed herself and hold her bottle and stuff, she was really teaching me. Like I said, that fine line between being patient and persistent. Um, truly grateful for that time frame. That 2.5 years that I had off. Uh, learned a lot. Learned a lot. Went started to go within. You know, let's call it edukari, to draw out what is within. But first I had to go in, and so I couldn't find no job. Um, After I had this felony pending on my record, I said, shit, I just kind of just gave up and just kind of just focused on going to court and focused on, my parenting and my daughter. And so, uh, like I was saying, that first year was rough because I wasn't getting shit in unemployment. Uh, my car payment started slipping. I actually stopped paying it because I had to pay my rent, and I had to get what she needed, diapers and she wasn't similar, but Infamil. She was on Infamil, and the what she got to eat, her bottle, and shit. At one point in time, man, I was going up in the grocery store stealing that shit, putting that shit in my and walking out with it, right before the grocery store closed, was going through it, man. And, but yeah, I started paying my car payment. My shit almost got repoed. Um, was really down, man. And something came over me. It was like, told me, Devontae, man, it was my higher self, my double. Um, was really like telling me to just relax and really told me to enjoy this time, uh, with my daughter. Like I said, that's when I first started going within, because that little voice inside started to speak to me and, tapping me on my shoulder was like, hey, don't worry about this. What's going on without. Just relax within and focus on your little one and enjoy the time with her. And that's what I started to do. And like I said, that the magic started to come alive. Um, I could tell every time I went to court, the public defender and was treating me was acting more like a lawyer. The judges just seemed to just I could tell a change in his demeanor. It seemed like they wanted to, work with me, and they knew, like I said, they tried to hit me with an aggravated battery on a cop, but I could start to see uh, they was thinking different, like, oh, we knew we fucked up, and they started to, just talk cool with me. And going into that, like I said, I started to see the change, and I started to go within. My intuition started to come alive, and I owe that to taking my parenting to a new height. That shit that's called mother's intuition, that shit is real. That shit is alive. You know what I'm saying? And that shit's within fathers too. You know what I'm saying? That mother's intuition. It's really, I like to say the mother's intuition is the great mother's intuition. The great mother, she's speaking to you. And, there was times where I didn't, like I said, uh, my car is electrical, and the window kept fucking up, like kept, I don't know, it was draining my battery. I ain't had the money to get it fixed, so I went a couple months without a car. I remember I went like a month without a phone, because all my money was going to paying my rent, uh, and buying what my baby needed. And so yeah, I had no car and no phone, and I started to, really get worried and really anxious, like anxiety and shit. And that mother's intuition, man, started to come within, alive within me, man, and it started to tell me, just, hey, relax, take it easy. And I had to stop and think. There was a time in the world where there were no cell phones, there were no damn cars, and people were able to take care of their babies. You know what I'm saying? So once I had that thought, it kind of relaxed me, eased me out, was like, I got this. My baby's cool. She got what she needs right now. And, I'm still paying my rent. I was paying my shit in installments, and shit, still getting hit with a $50 late fee, but I can only pay half at a time. I had to do what I had to do. And like I said, my car payment was, I think I got up to like 6 months to where, they was about to repo my shit, and it was calling calling me and sending letters and shit, about to come take my shit. But all what my intuition was telling me was, don't worry about it. Don't just enjoy your time with my daughter. We built some lifelong memories for me that I'm gonna remember. That's just gonna bring me joy throughout my life, and just sleeping all day with her, napping, cuddling, just playing with her, singing lullabies and shit, Wheels on the Bus, all them shits, man. It was a great time, man, and she brought my inner child back alive. And there's a song, Jackson 5, with a child's heart, and basically it talks about, you're gonna run into problems in this world when you enter adulthood, but turn all your problems into play. Let all that shit roll off your back, like, because every problem within this world has a solution. And if you can't find no solution to solve your problem, then how it'll dissolve, it'll just float away. So don't even worry, turn your problems into play. Keep that inner child alive. And me being with my daughter a lot, that high quality time with her, it brought my inner child back alive. Even though I had real deal grown folk problems, felony pending on my case but within, the magic, like I said, was coming online. And so, like I said, my mother's intuition was just started to raise up. And then also just getting comfortable with going through constant change. Like at first I had to teach my daughter how to hold her bottle, how to hold it up, and once she learned that, and she got to, a year, she went to, trying to, teach her how to drink out of a straw. You know what I'm saying? And once you try to drink out of a straw, I had to teach her how to hold the cup down now, and keep it down. You can't tip the cup up drinking through a straw. So I had to teach her how to go bring it back down, and that took some time because she was in habit of holding it up. And, that's how she got it. But I had to teach her how to go back down. Then, going to a sippy cup. Had to teach her how to go back up. When she went from a sippy cup from going to a straw. Then when she went to regular cups, I had to teach her how to gradually, go up. It was just this constant change of teaching, and and I could tell sometimes she was getting frustrated because she was, like, damn, Daddy, you just taught me how to keep it, turn it up. Now, trying to keep me how to keep it down. But, being that patient, persistent, she eventually got it. Getting that juice. That juice is something serious. That's one of many kids' first word, juice. Juice. That means I want some damn juice. That juice is serious. But like I said, just getting comfortable with going through constant changes. That parenting, like I said, it taught me a lot, but that first year, like I said, it was rough going through that court case. Once I got all that shit out the way, I thought I was gonna find me a job, got that shit off my record, and then bam, COVID hit, and then shit that affected the world, especially when it first hit, in 2020. It's 2020 now, March 20. It was like a goddamn global shutdown. I remember seeing that the NBA game, the Utah Jazz, and somebody, they started going back in the locker room. I was like, uh-oh, something big about to happen. Something don't look right. Like I said, my intuition was getting strong, and sure enough, yeah, they started talking about this COVID shit. But like many folks during COVID, that shit was a blessing. Because I started to get extra pay and my unemployment. I went from getting, like almost 400 a week to like getting shit. I want to say like 800-900 a week. Saying, shit started to change for me. Because during this time, my intuition was telling me to condition my mind for a higher thought. My worries and my doubts and shit, they started to ease on out. And because I started to trust my intuition more, and trust that, it ain't always going to be like this, And so I first started, listening to motivational speeches, and then I discovered affirmations. And once I discovered affirmations, I started listening to those a lot and was conditioning my mind for a higher thought. And things just started to happen. Like I said, I got an increase in pay, my unemployment, getting $800-900 a week for doing nothing. Just spending time with my daughter. You know what I mean? And shit. Like I said, taking naps all day, eating chicken in the bed and shit, crumbs and shit. Just nigga, straight up leisure. Nigga was just chilling. So then, but then money started, coming from all angles and stuff. Like I said, I won a couple scratch offs. People got a nice little hookup on the plugs, and they knew by this time I had my daughter all the time. Man, the plug would just pull up. I didn't have to go nowhere. They'd just come and just get it. They always see I had my baby, and like, shit was just, everything was setting in place. Like I said, I won a couple scratch offs. the money was just coming in from all angles and shit. Got a couple other assisted livings and shit. Got my gas and light just paid the fuck off. Um, the scratch off helped me get my car note payment back up. You know what I'm saying? Everything was just setting in place and shit, and I just knew that everything was gonna be all right. Everything was gonna be good, and I'll find a job when I'll find one. But right now I'm just enjoying my daughter, and uh, like I said, it was a good time, man, and I learned a lot, and I'm eternally grateful for that time. And like I said, it put me in the knowing, you know, beyond belief. I know that things are gonna go well, and so I've carried that with me coming back to the work world. And now that I'm back in the work world, I've been at this job for like a year and a half now. My first 6 months in training, I was on first shift, and then once I got done with training, I came to the real shift. I was in this third shift. So now that I'm back in the working world, uh, I was just like, damn, you know, uh, I got so used to being on my baby and being free and shit, and now it's like I said, I'm grateful that I have a good paying job, and but here I was stressing to get this job before, and now what I've learned in that time off is like, there's more to the world than working a good job. Like I value you know being with my daughter, especially in her younger years, that 1 through 5 years. Because those memories, you only have a baby one time. And once they're grown up after 5, they're gone. Especially if you're a girl dad or a boy mom, and that once they go and do their own thing, and they ain't gonna want to be bothered. So I really enjoy these times, and like I said, she's taught me a lot, and I just love her.